Customer just dropped off a bag full of t-shirts. I guess he's been watching the YouTube channel. Previously on the Silverado, the interior was all finished, except for this for some reason. I think I know why Aaron left. There we go, we got it. We finished the interior, other than some gauges, which are coming. Swapped the seats, showed you how to do the seat cushions. So basically the truck's got a brand new interior. This week we'll show you how to paint the bottom of it, touch it up in case you have to do your cab corners, polish some stuff underneath the hood, make it shine on a very low budget of $0. Finished up a lot of loose ends, here we go. Time to dress up underneath the hood a little bit. We're finishing stuff up, so I'll show you guys how to turn something like this, which is a single valve cover, and something a little like this. This didn't take too long. This is about 15 minutes. I've made videos on this stuff before where you just want to smooth them out by sanding and grinding down. So start with a wire wheel. You can get it to a mirror if you spend about an hour and a half on it, but at the end of the day, that's just my truck. I just want to clean it up a bit, so here we go. So that's what it would look like with 240 grit and an orbital. Now you see the top is more pitted because that's where the crap sits most on. But I do have a cover going on the top, so don't have to get too concerned. But if you see these low spots, you have to keep sanding until everything is the same uniform color, more or less like this. Just do it again. I'm gonna stop at 320, but you can keep going. So next we want to take a clay bar. There's different strengths to the felt. I usually do a green and end up with a white. You can see the difference between the two. And then different clay bars as well, green being the most universal. Kind of your all around kind of medium compound. That and a wire brush to clean off the wheel. Then hit it with a clay bar and then polish away. So that's about 10-15 minutes worth of work. If you spend a little bit longer on it, you can get it to a mirror finish. That's good enough for this old girl for now. I got 5 others to do. And now that you have the buffer wheel, you'll soon realize, hey, I've got more aluminum, I can buff that, like rims and a lot of stuff under the hood. Actually, most of your intake pipes you can polish all so it looks like a nice mirror finish. So here we go. Ooh. These headlight bulbs do have big heat sinks in the back, and when you put them in, unfortunately they hit the bracket, so you do want to take an 1.5 inch hole saw and actually cut the hole big enough for the heat sink to sit in. That's the only way to get the bulbs in, unfortunately, but it's a small price to pay for the extra light you're going to get. There's a fan in there. So this has always been my work truck. It's always treated me good, but I have used it as a work truck, and as of such, you get little dings and dents and kind of gets a little more abuse than an average truck. And the problem with the flares is it does start to rust underneath the flares, so I did kind of paint it before. But yeah, it's starting to get a little bit tough here. I think we'll just sand it down and we'll just paint this for now. But then going along, peeled my name off because we're gonna paint the bottom of it a hot rod black rather than a gloss black. I thought I'd take the grinder and just kind of take a little bit of the rust off, and then found this, which is not good at all. You think your truck's in good shape, and then there go the cab corner. So now we're into pulling the box off and welding in new cab corners. No, I painted the inside a long time ago. basically, cut the old off, replace it with the new. I didn't do any body work to it last time. I just painted the bottom of it, only because the truck had a lot of stone chips on the bottom. But it does work nice, just staying below the strip. I don't have to worry about the white paint. I'm just gonna leave that for a bit yet. But gonna redo the black and whatever damage is on the rocker. There's just one little spot, but you can see where the rust is creeping up on the corner. This is pretty clean there, just a little bit in the corner there, but you can see the most of it is at the bottom there. It does go high enough to even make it past here. We don't need that, so just cut that. Cut a strip, just drill out the spot welds, pull them off, drill out the spot welds in the door jamb there, and then it's just seam sealer in where it connects to the rocker. And then I cut this just so it overlaps about an inch, and then just use a couple self-tappers in the bottom to hold it in place. You can plug those holes after with the welder, but once you have it overlap, then you can take this cutting wheel and just cut through both layers at the same time. And then you have a perfect fit. They're really skinny little blades, so don't do that with those fat ones, obviously, but with a skinny blade, you have just the right amount of gap to hit it with the welder, and you catch nice both edges at the same time. After that, we can grind the welds smooth, weld the spot welds. We'll just drill some holes and then just plug weld them, and then we'll seam seal it, grind it nice and smooth, put one little layer of filler over it to cover up the seam, epoxy prime it, seal it, and then we'll paint it, and it'll be good as new. So here we go. So cab corners on, just put a little bit of filler on it, and we get to cheat nicely because it's going up to our sticker line, so we're gonna paint it black. Because the tape never leaves a perfect line, we just get a white sticker to cover the seam to transition the two. So it's okay to have the filler go up to there. One more coat of epoxy primer, which will help the paint stick to the filler. Two parts I love to a job like this. One is unwrapping the truck after painting, and then two, putting your name on the side of it. There's no better feeling. So we'll go grab the stickers, paint it, let it dry, strip it, put stickers on, put the truck back together. Should only be like 20 minutes. Of black paint, you can really dress up the truck nicely on a very limited budget and only a couple days of work. The paint's still tacky, but I do that mainly for spots like this where the tape didn't seal and I didn't catch it. A little bit right here, so I can take some reducer and just wipe that off carefully while the paint is still tacky. You never get a nice defining line, so we'll get a white sticker just to get that really sharp edge, kind of connect the two halves together. At the end of the day, it's still just a work truck. Because this was originally a 6-liter, now I've got a front clip off of Duramax on there. The bumper, when I had it on, there was about an inch gap between the top plastic and the bottom of the lights. It looks pretty crappy. So what I did was these brackets, you can't really just raise it up because the brackets kind of fold around stuff, so you physically have to move the bumper on the bracket itself. So I drilled new holes just about an inch above the original holes, and then I cut the top piece because this drops down, and even though I used my tape boss, I completely goofed on that. So that was supposed to be tight and I was supposed to butt weld it. So instead I'm just gonna take this little piece and just weld it on either side. Not a big deal, but we'll do that. Then put the bumper back on again, and then the front clip's just about done. So here we go. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, those flares really work, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Cover everything up real nice, yeah. So I added the second battery. Still have to do a bolt down for it, but got the wiring nice and neat. I got a loose end yet. I'm gonna run a cable right to the back. We have a winch on the trailer. which I don't really have a nice connector for, so forklift plug at the back. You also get access to a dump trailer. That way you can just plug it into the truck. You got full hydro at the back, which is really nice. Got the GM alternator mounted, and basically that's just cutting these mounts back to where it lines up on the pulley and making two little clips at the bottom to support the bottom of it. Not a big deal. Very minimal fabrication. I got to build an air filter box yet, so I got some stainless. We're getting better with the stainless, so we'll bend up something really nice, put a really nice air filter here, and just a couple more small odds and ends, clean up the wiring, and it's done. The truck is not done. We left little eggs laying around in this video. See what's all needs to be finished and comment down below and tell me what I did wrong, but I know there's a list that still needs to be done. On the brakes too, I still need to do brakes. As soon as I think I'm getting closer, there's still more to be done. A few of those things are the speedo sensor. I need to get that gear machined and the bung welded in on this NP241 transfer case. I also need to get the RPM, the tach drive gear machined yet, so that's in the works. I'm also installing 2 gauges in this one because it's standard. I don't need tranny temp, so I'll have boost and EGTs. So I'm gonna try the Tahoe. I used glow shift gauges, and I'm happy with them. I did them because they were the cheapest ones I found at that time, which was still $300 for a proper pillar and the 3 gauges. These, I got 2 kits with EGT turbo and air fuel mixture. And I bought 2 of those kits plus 2 universal pillars for like $160. So the triple pod is gonna go in the Mercedes, make that one look really nice. For this one, I'm gonna do a double, and then I'm gonna mount the GPS right on the bottom here. So I got a nice little small tom-tom, and I'm gonna make my own little mount for it so it sticks out. We're gonna cut these edges off and then fiberglass this all in and paint it up real nice. We have to do some fiberglass matting on the bumper for the Mercedes anyway. So it was held on with zip ties when we got it, so it can't leave that way. So that will be a completely different video. There's still a few odds and ends to finish up with this one, but I was able to spend a couple more days on it and finish up some stuff that I wanted to finish up. Still have to do the reverse light as well and get rid of that transmission wiring. And yeah, but we're getting there. There's more to come, and there we go. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you love the channel, consider heading over to Patreon. There's a lot of stuff happening there to help support the channel. And remember, if you're not filthy, you're not rich.